Well, some nasty clouds made their way through very quickly, and some rain as the lightning flashed in the background. Lots of thunder. Some rain here with the tarp on the field at Fenway Park as it made its way through and continues to do so. And plenty of those conditions around the Boston area. So we begin tonight in the midst of a rain delay from Fenway Park as we get ready for Game 1 of a 4-game series between the Red Sox and the White Sox. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, yesterday a long defeat for the Red Sox, and really has been a tough homestand so far for Boston. But if you look to some of the highlights, it's been the play of Jackie Bradley Jr., who's our Chevy key player tonight, not only doing it offensively but defensively.
Well, he's performed very well over the last couple of games. You know, I think a lot of it comes with confidence. You get confidence when you play well, and that's exactly, he looks more relaxed than he's looked all season long. You can see what he's done over the last 4 games. The 429 average, a couple of doubles, 4 runs scored, 2 multiple hit games, and of course an outfield assist, which gives him 10 total now on the season, tied for most in the major leagues. And you know, when you watch Bradley over the last couple of days, I mean, he's really done some things different offensively. He's dropped his hands, he's opened his stance a little bit, which seems to be freeing him up to drive the ball both the other way and also pull the ball. We see good examples of that over the last few days. And of course, defensively, absolutely outstanding. The one-hop throw right there to David Ross to get Machado at home plate, and then robbing Machado of extra base hits with the long fly ball to center field, right up against the wall, crashes into the wall, and able to hold on to the baseball. So, you know, you get a good idea of the last couple of games of what this guy is capable of doing. We know about the defense. We've known about it since day one. But now the offense seems to be coming around.
Well, the Red Sox hoping to come around tonight in Game 1 of this series and bounce back after a difficult loss to the O's. Clay Buchholz will be on the mound. He's looked pretty good in his last 2 starts since coming off the DL. Last time out, 6 1/3 and just 1 run allowed. We're back with more from Fenway right after this.
All-Star game, which is going to be kind of weird. The very first All-Star game he hasn't played in since 2009. It was a difficult decision for manager John Farrell, but one that had to be made, as he explains in our Geico quote of the day.
Out of respect to David, wanted to get his thoughts, and he just felt like he recognized that there were other guys ahead of him with the years that they were having. And at the same time said if it's in question, his being named to the team, he'd much rather take and get the days of rest.
Yeah, Ortiz mentioning that if his name was even anywhere near that fence line, he'd rather take it out and kick his legs up for a couple days and let the younger guys enjoy the All-Star break, guys.
All right, Gary, thanks very much. Well, let's check out the Chicago White Sox starting nine today as Adam Eaton leads it off. He is in center field. Gordon Beckham at second base, bat second with Jose Abreu having an incredible rookie year. He is at first base with Adam Dunn, the DH. Alexei Ramirez at shortstop with Diane Viciedo in right field. Alejandro Diaz is in left. Tyler Flowers does the catching. And Leori Garcia is at third base. He bats ninth. Well, tonight's Red Sox starting pitcher is presented by your New England Audi dealers. Experience the all-new 2015 Audi A3 today. Clay Buchholz on the mound to make his 13th start of the year. 3-4 with a 6.22 earned run average, 63 2/3 innings, 43 strikeouts, and opponents hitting at .322 against Buchholz. Last time out, a no decision against the Chicago Cubs, but he pitched very well. 6 1/3, 5 hits, giving up only 1 run.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and they are 9th in the American League with 52 errors on the season. Xander Bogaerts will be at third base. Stephen Drew, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. Mike Napoli, the first baseman. Left to right, Daniel Nava, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Brock Holt. And A.J. Przinsky doing the catching for Clay Buchholz.
And the umpiring crew tonight, it is Corey Blazer behind the plate calling the balls and strikes with Jim Joyce, who is the crew chief at first base. Doug Eddings at second base, and Marvin Hudson is the umpire at third. This game is available in Spanish. The SAP function is brought to you by the new Captain Morgan White Rum.
Buenas noches, amigos.
80 degrees here at the ballpark tonight. Light and variable is the wind speed, and the forecast is a chance for thunderstorms the rest of the night. But right now, blue skies above Fenway Park. Lights are on. And we get underway here at Fenway a little bit after 7:45. Buchholz ready with the first pitch of the ball game. And Adam Eaton takes strike one. We're underway. Eaton comes in hitting at .269 with a home run and 23 runs batted in. White Sox come in 8 games back of the Tigers in the American League Central. Slap foul off to the left hand. It's 0-2.
I think one thing to watch tonight from Buchholz, how will his changeup be and his curveball? He last time out had a very good fastball and cut fastball, and the changeup and curveball improved from his first outing. See if they can improve more tonight.
Adam Eaton has batted leadoff, started in center field every game he's played so far this season. And fouls that pitch off, a curveball that time, and it's 0-2. Well, the White Sox really struggling at the plate over the last 10 games, hitting at .194 as a team the last 10 games. Robin Ventura on the road this season. His team is 18-26 away from U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago. 0-2 pitch. Adam Eaton will take it down and in for ball one.
The second time this year that Buchholz has faced the White Sox. He got a no decision earlier this year in Chicago. 6 innings in that game, 2 earned runs. Did have 6 strikeouts. Back to the fastball inside.
Too far inside, and it evens at 2-2. Eaton bats now. Gordon Beckham, the second baseman, waits on deck. Two-two pitch. That's fouled back, and we'll see a 7th pitch in this at bat for Adam Eaton. In the air, foul down the right field line, out of play.
Now Buckholz early showing the confidence in his curveball. He's thrown it a couple of times to Eaton in this very long leadoff at bat.
Slap foul again, and this first batter taking a lot out of Clay Buckholz here out of the gate. Giving a good long at bat here to begin the ball game.
And he's seen everything but the changeup. He's seen the fastball, the cut fastball, the curveball. Back to the fastball.
And it's lined to center. Jackie Bradley Jr. is there to make the catch below the cap high. Well, fans, you can test your Red Sox IQ right now with the MLB Preplay mobile app. Download for free and start predicting every at-bat of every Red Sox game all season. Tonight, Preplay predicts Clay Buckholz will go 6 1/3 innings, allowing 6 hits and giving up 3 earned runs while striking out 4 along the way. 1 out in the first inning, and 9 pitch at bat for Adam Eaton before he lined out. There's Gordon Beckham. Oh for 13 in his last 3 games, and hitting just 146 in the last 22 games for the White Sox second baseman. Fly ball center field. Bradley Jr. again makes his way back and pulls it in. Well, the warning track out there, 2 down. So a couple fly ball outs for Clay Buckholz here out of the gate. And that'll take us to one of the great stories of 2014 in his first year with the White Sox. And in the majors, Jose Abreu, 27 home runs, 69 runs batted in, and we are not to the break yet. First in slugging at .616. The rookie headed to the All-Star game as he takes strike 1. Look at where he ranks in the American League. 5th White Sox rookie to make the All-Star team, and the first since Ron Kittle did it back in 1983. So it's been a long time. We're joined by Alexei Ramirez. They'll be headed to the All-Star game, both from Cuba. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Good movement on that fastball from Buckholz. A 2-seam fastball at 94 miles an hour. Turning it over and dipping out of the strike zone. Chased by Abreu. Abreu is not very patient, that's for sure. 19 walks, 77 strikeouts, but you highlight all the great numbers, Don.
Set safely in 19 of his last 20 games. Thought about it, but holds off a pitch away. 1-2.
Last time we saw him, he was playing left field for the White Sox. That was very early in the season. Now moved to first base.
Adam Dunn, the DH, waiting on deck. Two and two. Yankees tonight are at Cleveland, have a 3-0 lead against the Indians in the second inning already tonight. Baltimore scoreless against Washington. The O's left Fenway yesterday, topped the American League East. They have a 2-game lead over the Blue Jays to start tonight's action. 2-2 to Abreu, and it's on the ground to Drew at short. A good first inning for Clay Buckholz. 1-2-3 in the first. Go the White Sox. Red Sox coming up from Fenway. For the first inning, Red Sox coming up as we take a look at the Red Sox starting 9 tonight. It is Brock Holt in right field leading it off. Daniel Nava is in left with Dustin Pedroia at second base. David Ortiz, the DH, in the cleanup spot. Mike Napoli at first base. Stephen Drew at shortstop at 6 with A.J. Pierzynski doing the catching. Jackie Bradley Jr. out in center field. Xander Bogaerts at third base bats 9th. As tonight's White Sox starting pitcher presented by New England Nissan dealers, Scott Carroll in his 14th game, 8th start, 2-5 with a 5.05 earned run average. Opponent's hitting at .319 against him, 21 walks to 26 Ks. And his first pitch is away to Brock Holt.
Sink a ball type pitcher. As you look at his last outing on Tuesday against the Angels, lost that ball game in 6 innings, 10 hits and 7 earned runs.
There's a strike to Holt, and it's a ball and a strike now to Brock. .317 average with 2 homers and 18 runs batted in. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Gary Streisky from Fenway Park. Red Sox and White Sox. Game 1 of the series. 39-minute rain delay to start this game.
With only about 1.5 minutes of rain.
Actual rain.
It was basically thunder and lightning.
Late cut and a foul off to the left, 2-2. He's got a 5-game hitting streak coming in tonight's game, 8 for his last 24. He's now hit leadoff in each of the last 43 Red Sox games. Took over the leadoff spot on May the 23rd. Framed there by Tyler Flowers, but to call the ball, full count. Holds it safely in 10 of the last 11 games. Frustrating day yesterday for John Farrell and the Red Sox as Holt strikes out looking for the first out here at the bottom of the first inning.
Hell, a fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone. We mentioned sink-a-ball pitches, and as hit as you tell yourself, make them get the ball up. Well, that time it was knee high, and strike 3 called on Brock Holt.
1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Daniel Nava coming up. Nava at .227, 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. And there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Nava now and Pedroia next. Nava 5 for 17 on the homestand as he takes a pitch outside. Count evens at 1-1. Hitting at .260 against right-handers. Nava against lefties hitting at .097. He's 3 for 31 on the year. Getting the start here tonight with the right-hander on the mound. Grounding one to Beckham at second base. 2 down here in the first inning.
Let's take a look at the White Sox defense. They're 13th in the league with 63 errors on the season. Larry Garcia at third base, Alexi Ramirez the shortstop, Gordon Beckham at second, and Jose Abreu the first baseman. Left to right, Alejandro Diaz, Adam Eaton, Diane Pizziato, and Tyler Flowers doing the catching for Scott Carroll.
Now 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Dustin Pedroia the batter. .284 with 4 homers and 32 runs batted in for Pedroia. 3 hits yesterday, going 3 for 6. And there for a strike, 1-1. 16 for his last 32. Dealing with 29-year-old Scott Carroll on the mound tonight for the White Sox. Fly ball foul down the right field line, out of play. Carroll signed as a free agent by the White Sox July of 2012. Originally drafted by the Reds in the 3rd round of 2007. outside, 2-2. First ever appearance for Carroll against Boston. Against the American League East, he's 1-1. 3.14 earned run average. All of it coming this season in his 3 appearances, 2 starts. Pedroia grounds one by the mound, but right at Gordon Beckham at second base, and Carroll enjoys a 1-2-3 first. We played 1 from Fenway without a score. Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Back to Fenway Park as we head to the second inning. Both teams going down in order in the first inning. And Clay Buchholz through 16 first inning pitches. Deals with Adam Dunn, Alexei Ramirez, all-star Alexei Ramirez, and Diane Viciedo. Adam Dunn, the DH for the White Sox, and batting in the cleanup spot. There's strike one. Dunn hitting at .224, 12 homers and 33 runs batted in. Last 4 games gone 0 for 13. 5 walks in those 4 games, but 0 for 13. Dunn tied with Carl Yastrzemski in all-time home runs, 452. And a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Good change up that time from Buchholz to pick up the swing and miss by Dunn. Dunn has struck out 95 times so far this season.
Thought about swinging, but takes it and just misses outside. It's 10 home runs to tie Jose Canseco, who has 462 home runs for 34th all time. Dunn has walked 53 times, has driven to deep right field, and this ball is out of here. Up over the bullpen, into the bleachers. Adam Dunn with his 13th home run of the year puts the White Sox on top 1-0.
Number 13 of the season, as you mentioned, Dunn was 0 for his last 13, but he gets that off-speed pitch right there by Buchholz. That's the one we talked about watching for early in this game. Can he get the changeup down? That time it was not down, it was upstairs, and Dunn takes it for the home run.
Had been 0 for 7 in his career against Clay Buchholz, but homers off him here, and White Sox jump out to the 1-0 advantage. Now Alexei Ramirez. Take ball 1. There's a 286, 8 homers and 41 runs driven in. In there for a strike, 1-1. We're at the bottom of the zone at 92 miles an hour. That's the 11th home run given up by Clay Buchholz on the season. And a pop up into shallow left. Drew going out, Nava coming in, and it'll be Stephen Drew makes the catch right in front of Nava. First out of the second inning.
Now, something to keep an eye on as this game goes on. I noticed when Abreu was at the plate that I was watching Brzezinski behind the plate. And if you watch Brzezinski, he's looking toward the first base coach right till the last minute, almost like he doesn't want to give away location. He did this a couple of times. Now watch, he's going to take a double look down there this time before he makes his move, and he finally gets in position. So they may think, or Brzezinski may think, that the first base coach is giving away location to Abreu.
Line just over the outstretched glove of Napoli at first base, and it's into right field. 1-out single for Diane Viciedo.
We'll see how that develops next time up, but he hasn't done that with any other hitter but Jose Abreu.
So 1 down, Viciedo at first base, and Alejandro Diaz coming up. Diaz at 222, 5 homers and 25 runs batted in. Since June the 4th, hitting at 333, raised that average from 173 up to 222. Now made 61 starts in left field for the White Sox. Diaz grounds one towards second base. Pedroia go to second for 1. On to first, and it's in time. Double play wraps up the top of the second inning. Leadoff home run for Adam Dunn as the White Sox on top 1-0. World Series ring prizes. The grand prize, a 2004, 2007, and 2013 Red Sox World Series ring. To purchase raffle tickets and learn more about the second and third place prizes, go to redsox.com/ring raffle. Well, David Ortiz to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Ortiz, Napoli, and Drew to bat in the second. David at .261, 19 homers, and 55 runs batted in.
He's warmed it up a little bit. 7 for his last 12. A mini 3-game hitting streak for Ortiz.
Into the shift on the right side for the White Sox. Play about straight away in the outfield. And Ortiz into the shift as Beckham out there in short right. We'll throw him out. It's time now for the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to #NESSONFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in our broadcast, brought to you by AT&T. Tonight, Courtney Johnson wants to thank David Ortiz and the Red Sox for letting them try on the World Series and MVP rings. A lot of bling there, especially the MVP ring for David Ortiz.
That's me a couple of days ago trying them all on.
And that's the Wally wave that'll be coming up soon.
That MVP ring is something. I mean,
it is
huge.
That's some bling right there.
I mean, nothing shabby about the World Series rings.
No, those all go pretty good too. And one down here in the second inning. Mike Napoli will take strike one.
Think there's a future in hand modeling for me there, Doug?
I thought it was very, very nice. He did a nice job. It's good money in hand modeling, I think.
Yeah, you can last a long time.
Napoli cranks it foul. Down 0-2. Napoli 1 for 12 in the series against the Orioles, and he is 3 for 21 on the current homestand for Boston. In the dirt, and it's 1-2. Carroll coming in with a record of 2-5, an ERA over 5. And he deals with Napoli right now, and Drew next. Chopped right side. Beckham at second base plays the high hop and throws out Napoli. 2 down. 5 in a row retired by Carroll, and yesterday, Jerry, very frustrating day for the Red Sox. Come all the way back in that ball game, scored 5 runs in the 7th inning to tie it up, only to lose it in 12 innings.
Yeah, it certainly was. And the Red Sox got the offense going yesterday, especially late in the game, and were not able to win that game and pick up a game on the Orioles, and they find themselves today in last place in the American League East, 9 games out. You talked about Tampa Bay during the rain delay with Rob Bradford. All of a sudden, they've turned it on. They've moved ahead of the Red Sox.
Yeah, winners of 10 of their last 12. David Price last night able to beat the Detroit Tigers. Final game of that series. And you look at the American League East, the Orioles with a 2-game lead. No 1 pitch. Down and into Stephen Drew. Able to hit home runs in both ends of the day-night doubleheader here on Saturday against Baltimore. Slips out of the hand, the breaking ball for Carroll. Now after a strikeout in the first, 4 consecutive Red Sox have grounded out to Gordon Beckham at second base. One time while he was positioned out in short right field in the shift. Two and a swing and a miss as Drew strikes out. Second K for Carroll. Red Sox down in order, trail 1-0 at the end of 2. Champions ice cream. It's the only ice cream that roots for the Red Sox. Pick up Hood Champions today. Always good, always Hood. Third inning back at Fenway Park. A 39-minute rain delay to get it started tonight as Clay Buchholz allows a second inning leadoff home run by Adam Dunn. The difference in the game is they play into the third. 8-9-1 for the White Sox expected in the inning. Tyler Flowers to lead it off. Flowers 0 for his last 11 and 1 for his last 19. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike. There's a curveball there from Buchholz.
Yeah, he's another guy that's had trouble making contact. He's also got 95 strikeouts on the season with 18 walks.
Did he go? They'll check. No, he did not, says Jim Joyce, the crew chief down at first base.
It is good to see Buchholz showing confidence in his curveball here early in the ball game. Zone a couple of them here to Flowers in this at bat. Now the changeup.
The White Sox as a team hitting at 249. Red Sox as a team hitting at 244. White Sox defense has not been very good. Only Texas and Cleveland have made more errors than the White Sox. 3-1 pitch coming to Tyler Flowers. A liner to center, but Jackie Bradley Jr. is there for the first out of the third inning. Well, Thursday at 8, catch up with Dale Arnold and Andy Brickley for Bruins Summer Face-Off Live. Recap free agency, the draft, and the NHL awards, plus the latest on the start of the Bruins development camp. Catch all that and much more Thursday at 8. One down in the third inning. Leori Garcia, the third baseman, bats with one out here in the third. Garcia went through a tough time as well, 0 for 22, but now has 3 hits his last 10 at bats. Takes pitch outside, and Buchholz falls behind 2-0. Top of the order, Adam Eaton waiting on deck. Ground ball to first base. Napoli will take it himself to the bag for the second out of the third inning. Liverpool Football Club returns to Boston to face AS Roma on Wednesday, July 23rd for football at Fenway. Match will feature 2 of the most prominent clubs in European football, setting the stage for an exciting rematch at Fenway Park. Tickets are on sale now. Visit redsox.com/football at Fenway to get your tickets today. 2 down in the top half of the third inning, and Adam Eaton the batter. White Sox center fielder lined out to his counterpart in center, and Jackie Bradley Jr. back in the first inning. Been on base 27 of the last 29 games atop the White Sox order. And slaps it foul, down 0-2.
Buchholz starting this game with a pretty good velocity like he had last time out. 93 with the fastball, 88, 89 with the cutter.
Curveball that time on the ground to second, and Pedroia is able to throw out Eaton to end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Buchholz. 1-0. Chicago has the lead. After we had a 39-minute rain delay to get it started, as White Sox have a 1-0 lead over the Red Sox. Into the bottom of the third inning we go. And the bottom third of the Red Sox order to bat, the former Chicago White Sox catcher A.J. Pierzynski leading it off here for Boston. A.J. takes strike one. Pierzynski at .253, 4 homers and 31 runs batted in. Is 1 for 8 in the series against Baltimore. Pierzynski with the Chicago White Sox from 2005 through 2012, spending last year in Texas before coming to Boston as a free agent. Was broke into the big leagues with the Minnesota Twins. Ground ball foul outside first, and it evens at 2-2.
He's seen 4 pitches so far, and 3 of them have been changeups.
On the ground and through into right field by the dive of Gordon Beckham at second base. First base hit of the ball game for the Red Sox. My view tonight, Jerry, is one that we don't get to see. It is the road booth here at Fenway Park, the visiting team's booth, as I went over to where the White Sox broadcasters are tonight. And this is what their booth looks like. They're a little bit off center to the first base side. They don't have the accommodations that we do as being the home team, but this is their view. And there's Hawk Harrelson here with Steve Stone. That's their booth, Jerry, from the inside. It was my view tonight.
Yeah, a little bit smaller than ours.
Jackie Bradley Jr. bats and takes a ball.
I think the Hawks got a sweater on tonight.
Always.
Warm for a sweater, isn't it?
1-0 fouled at the dish, and it's a ball and a strike. Carroll retired the first 6 Red Sox he faced, 2 by way of the K, and base hit for AJ Pierzynski to open up the bottom of the 3rd inning. Down and in, and it's 2-1. Jackie Bradley Jr., Man on Fire is his favorite movie. Michael Jackson, favorite artist. T.I., favorite rapper. Ben & Jerry's Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Cream, and Antigua. For the first, and back to the bag is Pierzynski.
Sink a ball pitch, a 2-1 count. It could be a hit and run count.
Outside for ball 3. Jackie Bradley Jr. with a count of 3-1. Brian Butterfield back at his spot at third base coach tonight after being ejected yesterday, and it's the 3rd ejection of the year for Brian Butterfield. 3-1 pitch coming. Sliced foul off to the left, out of play. Xander Bogaerts waiting on deck. Red Sox batting here in the home half of the 3rd inning.
I think they may send Pierzynski here on the 3-2 count. As we mentioned, this is a sinker ball type pitch and try to stay away from a double play. We'll see.
And Bradley Jr. strikes out. That's a 3rd K for Carroll. 1 down.
It's a good thing they did not send Pierzynski, because it would have been the strike him out, throw him out. Couldn't check the swing on a high fastball that time. They wanted to go down and in with it, but it kind of sails up and away for Carroll, but he gets a good result out of it. Gets the swing from Bradley Jr.
One down, runner at first, and Xander Bogaerts the batter. Two for 20 on the homestand is Bogaerts coming in. On the outside corner for strike 1. Bogaerts 2 for 5 yesterday against the Orioles with an RBI. First multi-hit game since June the 7th against the Tigers. To center field, where Adam Eaton makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. And back to first goes Pierzynski with 2 down. So 2nd time through now for the Red Sox against Scott Carroll. Only able to muster the 1 hit against him first time through. Brock Holt, a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. He went looking. For strike 1, and Flowers headed out to talk to Carroll.
Don't see that very often after a strike called. Have the catcher go out and visit the pitcher on the mound.
Don Cooper, the pitching coach for the White Sox.
Don Cooper's been the pitching coach for the White Sox for a long, long time.
Of course, was there when Ozzie Guillen was the manager, and has stayed on here with Robin Ventura. Pitch in there for strike 2. '27th season in the White Sox organization. And of course, Wandy Evis was his bullpen coach. with the White Sox for coming years. The pitching coach of the Red Sox gives Don Cooper a lot of credit what he's learned as a pitching coach. 0-2 pitch is fouled down beyond the tarp.
Wanted to elevate that time, elevate up and in to Holt, but the ball was in a pretty good hitting spot for Brock Holt. He just pulls it foul. No ball, 2 strike count.
Two down, Brzezinski at first base, and an 0-2 pitch coming up to Brock Holt. And it's outside for ball 1. Carroll trying to work his way around. A leadoff base hit by A.J. Brzezinski to begin the 3rd inning. Daniel Nava waiting on deck. On the ground is shortstop Alexei Ramirez will go to first base for the out that ends the 3rd inning. Through 3 from Fenway, the White Sox have a 1-0 lead. Life easier to people who care about your community. Eastern Bank is committed to putting you first. Learn all the ways Eastern puts you first at easternbank.com. And the teammates outside Fenway Park here. The White Sox have a 1-0 advantage over the Red Sox. Into the 4th inning we go. And Gordon Beckham, Jose Abreu, Adam Dunn expected to bat in the inning. Clay Buchholz into his 4th inning of work has given up just 1 run on 2 hits, both coming in the 2nd inning. Leadoff home run by Adam Dunn, and the single by Diane Viciedo was quickly erased in a 4-6-3 double play. 37 pitches for Buchholz through the first 3, and Gordon Beckham fly to center in the 1st inning. Now he takes strike 1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Another good curveball there from Buchholz. He's had a very good one in the first part of this ball game. And throwing more of them early than he did in his previous start.
Back with a late defensive swing, fouls it off into the seats. Would like to send best wishes along to Steve DeSuma. Steve is a huge Red Sox fan who doesn't miss a game, so we know you're out there watching tonight at Brigham and Women's Hospital tonight. Hang in there and know that we're behind you. Best wishes to Steve DeSuma. Gordon Beckham down 0-2 in the count. Ground ball left side. Drew to his left. Throws out Gordon Beckham for the first out of the fourth inning. It's time to Wally Wade. He's got somebody with him tonight. And a pretty good group out in the monster seats.
Well, he's here again tonight.
That is New Hampshire Motor Speedway's mascot behind him. His friend is. You never know who Wally's going to bring. And as it pitches for a strike over the outside corner. Jose Abreu grounded out shortstop in the first inning, 0 for 1. And a swing and a miss. 0-2.
And the last time we showed you Brzezinski checking out the first base coach when he was giving signs for Abreu. This time on the first two pitches, he did not do that. And I did take a peek over there.
One-two pitch is down low, and it's 2-2.
The one thing the first base coach can do is he cannot see pitches, obviously, the pitch signs that Brzezinski's putting down, but sometimes you can see location if a catcher moves early. And it seemed to me in the first at bat, that's what AJ was looking for down at the first base coach. He hasn't done it as often, only one time in this at bat.
Fouled off to the right out of play. 2-2.
Sometimes you can sense that as a hitter with a catcher behind the plate. If they get set up too soon, you can actually hear them move or see a shadow in home plate and see them move. So you can't be moving to your location too soon.
Swing and a miss, and Abreu strikes out. First strikeout of the night for Clay Buchholz is Jose Abreu.
Elevation by design right there with the fastball, 93 miles an hour from Buchholz. They go upstairs. Brzezinski wants the ball in. It's in and up, and they pick up the strikeout. John Farrell was asked in the media segment today with the press, how does he have any holes? Well, John's obviously not going to display those to the members of the media, but obviously that time they were trying to get the ball upstairs against Abreu, and they picked up the strikeout.
He chased that time. First strikeout for Buchholz. Adam Dunn jumping back out of the way of a pitch down and in. He is the difference in this game. His solo home run and 13th round tripper of the year. Red Sox into the shift on the right side against Dunn, with Pedroia ducking back to short right field. Well, the home run, his 13th of the year, RBI number 34, above the bullpen and into the bleachers. 453, and with that home run passes Carl Yastrzemski. '50th pitch for Buchholz is going to miss barely. 3-0.
That looked like a pretty good pitch right there. The cut fastball from Buchholz, but not getting the call. Just missing the inside corner.
There's a strike, 3-1.
And a cutter on a 3-0 count just in case Dunn had the green light.
Alexei Ramirez waiting on deck with 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th inning. Dunn sends one towards the gap in left center field sharply. And that'll get back towards the wall on a hop as Bradley Jr. gets it back in. Dunn at second base slides in safely with a 2-out double and his second extra base hit of this game.
That's nice hitting by Dunn. You know, the first time up when he hit the home run, it was a changeup that he pulled for the home run. This time he gets the fastball away from Buchholz, and instead of trying to pull that ball, he just goes right with it and finds that gap in left center field. Ended up being a pretty close play at second base as Jackie Bradley gets it back in. Dunn does not run well, but gets in scoring position with 2 outs.
So 2 down, Dunn at second. Alexei Ramirez getting his second look of the night at Clay Buchholz. And the breaking ball has Ramirez spinning out of the box. Ramirez flied out to the left fielder Daniel Nava in the second inning, 0 for 1. Diane Viciedo waiting on deck. Third start for Buchholz since coming off the disabled list. Of course, that very difficult outing for him at Atlanta the last game before he went on the DL, going 3 innings, 6 runs, 8 walks in that game at Turner Field in Atlanta. And on the DL through June the 25th when he pitched at Seattle. 7 1/3 in the first outing, 6 1/3 last time, and last time a very good outing. 6 1/3, only 1 run allowed against the Cubs, and when he left the game the score was tied 1-1. Ended up throwing 100 pitches last time out. There's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Alexei Ramirez. The first walk given up by Clay Buchholz in his outing. Now, MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 12 years. Join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live and in true HD on over 400 devices. Visit RedSox.com for details. Paul Konerko. Not a lot of playing time for Konerko this season, as we saw early on in the year, and he's on the bench tonight. 2 on, 2 down. Diane Viciedo coming up. Viciedo with a single to right field in the second inning. White Sox trying to make some 2-out noise here in the 4th inning. Buchholz able to get Beckham to ground out Abreu to strike out, but a double and a walk, and now Viciedo with a chance here in the 4th. And a swing and a miss. 1-2 fastball at 92.
Buchholz again going upstairs above the belt against Viciedo for the swing and miss on the fastball. The strikeout to Abreu was about letter high on the fastball.
Viciedo batting 6th, and when he does bat 6th, he has hit at .388 on the year. Right fielder for the White Sox again had a base hit in the second inning. Now up with 2 on and 2 down here in the fourth. Tried to get him to chase the high fastball. He does not, and it's 1-2. Clay's not had big strikeout games in either of his first 2 games back off the DL. 2 Ks at Seattle in the win, and 2 Ks last time out in the no decision against the Cubs. Two and two. Red Sox hoping for better results against this Chicago team than the first one that was here on the beginning of this homestand. Red Sox swept by the Cubs. Away again and a full count. Had him 0-2, but now it's 3-2. Runners will get a start with 2 down here in the top half of the fourth inning. In the air to right center field. Back goes Jackie Bradley Jr. towards the track, and it is gone. A 3-run home run for Viciedo, his 11th of the year. The second home run given up by Buchholz tonight, and the White Sox jump out to a 4-0 lead.
That was a cut fastball that time to Viciedo, and he just took it an awful long way to the opposite field. Cut fastball out over the plate, above the belt again, and Viciedo going to a very deep part of the ballpark out past that Red Sox bullpen. So the 2 home runs tonight coming on a changeup and a cutter.
Now Diaza taking strike 1. All of this coming with 2 outs in the inning. Double, a walk, and a 3-run home run. And strike 2. Diaza bounced into a 4-6-3 double play in the second inning as he gets his second look at Clay Buchholz. Grounder foul off the front of the Red Sox dugout. Tyler Flowers on deck. Still 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth inning. Fouled off himself. Will do it again. Diaz in some pain as he tries to walk it off here.
Tops the curveball right off the top of his foot, it looked like. Breaking ball by Buchholz, and right up where he's got that shin guard.
And down and in. 2-2.
One of the few times Buchholz has tried that two-seam fastball, tried to get it on the inside part of the plate, but just missed.
Again fouling it off himself. It's not about enough of this.
And this time it's a fastball that he tops just about in the same spot.
He's trying to protect that area with that shin guard, but it's not working.
No, the shin guard doesn't seem to be helping very much.
Trying to get him a bigger shin guard.
He catches one.
2-2 pitch to Diaza. And it's rifled right up over the shoulder of Buchholz into center field. A ringing single to center with 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
Diaza came into the game a 300 hitter against Buchholz, and he rifles that right back up the middle quickly past Buchholz. Buchholz has to duck to get out of the way.
They're going to get him a bigger one. That's what he needs.
Can't get away with anything in this game. You know, I mean, there's always somebody to give it to you one way or the other.
Well, the Red Sox have action in the pen. Felix Doubront is up in the bullpen for Boston. As Buchholz runs into trouble here in the 4th inning at 2 quick outs, but double, a walk, a 3-run home run, a hot shot single into center. And here's Tyler Flowers, the catcher, lined out to center field in the 3rd inning. Fouls it off to the right, strike 1.
Always be prepared for those caroms off this big section behind home plate.
Brzezinski tried to bring it back to the corner, but it is outside. Napoli holding on to Diaz at first base. 12 out of 17 on the year as he gains his lead. So far, not a very big lead at first base. Curveball in there for strike 2. Foul tip held onto by A.J. Brzezinski for strike 3. A 3-run home run for Diane Viciedo. Tough inning for Buchholz and a 4-0 White Sox lead. #1 SBA lender in Massachusetts 5 years in a row. Eastern Bank, here, your first. Bottom of the 4th inning. Thanks very much from Panama. We haven't had a sign from Panama in a while.
I don't think we've ever had a sign from Panama, Don.
I don't recall one, thinking back over the years. Daniel Nava, Dustin Pedroia, and David Ortiz. Red Sox have work to do, trailing 4-0 as they bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nava grounded out to Gordon Beckham at second base in the 1st inning. Carroll falling behind 2-0 as a 4-0 lead now. He's given up 1 hit through the first 3 innings, a single to right field for former White Sox catcher A.J. Pierzynski. Strike 1. On the ground and to the backhand goes Abreu. He'll flip to the pitcher just in time. Getting the foot down was Scott Carroll. Out #1 of the 4th inning as we check in with Gary.
What's going on, guys? The new sign on TC with tonight's poll question. Which would you change about the All-Star game? Sox 1, all teams have 1 player representative. Or how about Sox 2, moving the game to Wednesday night? Or Sox 3, the winning team getting home field advantage? Text your answer to 536-536. Message and those data rates, those may apply. Text help if you need it. Visit NESN.com/terms for all that fun legal stuff, guys.
I'm for 2 of those.
2 of them?
Yeah.
I really don't care about Tuesday to Wednesday. I got to be honest. It doesn't make any difference to me whatsoever.
Care less about that.
I don't mind the fact that all teams are represented.
I don't like that.
I know you don't like that, but I do think that it's not good the winner gets home field in the World Series. I think you play all those interleague games, and you have such a vast sample to say who was better at the end of the year. You should go with that.
I mean, I'd rather go back to alternating years, compared to the way it is right now. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. All-Star game is what it is. I mean, it's an exhibition.
Ground ball foul outside of first, and Pedroia broke his bat.
What's the Tuesday-Wednesday deal anyway?
I don't understand that. I guess the idea is that the pitchers could pitch Sunday and then be able to pitch Wednesday when they really can't come back on Tuesday, so they're kind of eliminated even though they've been chosen to the All-Star game.
So then you'd almost have to add another day at the end of the All-Star break.
Right. Yeah. That's not that important to me.
No, I'm not concerned about that.
I will not be pitching on Sunday.
No.
Swing and a miss. Flowers fires down to first, and Pedroia strikes out. That's the 4th strikeout for Carroll. 2 down in the inning.
In the second one, he's had on a changeup. He got Drew on a changeup. Now he gets Pedroia on a changeup. The other 2 are on fastballs.
5 in a row retired by Carroll. David Ortiz coming up. Ortiz trying to break up a 1-2-3 inning here for Carroll. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the first, a 1-2-3 inning in the second. As he takes ball 1. Stacked up on the right side, and the shift are the White Sox. Outfield straight away, but deep in right is Viciedo. And a ground ball again, right into the shift. Beckham again. And a 1-2-3 4th inning for Scott Carroll. A 4-0 White Sox lead. industrial pipe, valves, and fittings for facilities throughout the Northeast. Wow, bet you didn't know FW Webb did that. For more on this proud Boston Red Sox sponsor, visit fwweb.com. It's the 5th inning back at Fenway Park. White Sox have a 4-0 advantage, out hitting the Red Sox 5-1. Leori Garcia to lead it off here in the top half of the 5th inning. And Clay Buchholz back on the mound again after a rough 4th inning. Fouled off to the left out of play for strike 1. Garcia grounded out to Mike Napoli at first base. The long ball has been an issue tonight for Clay Buchholz. Solo shot by Adam Dunn to open up the 2nd inning, and then a 3-run home run by Diane Viciedo in the 4th inning. In there for strike 3. Moving out of the way was Garcia, but he strikes out, and then he gets hit with the ball while A.J. Brzezinski was throwing it around. That's the 3rd K for Clay Buchholz.
A couple of home runs allowed by Buchholz tonight, and you notice one thing in common on both pitches. Both pitches are up in the zone. A changeup to Dunn, and Viciedo on a cut fastball that stays up. And he takes it to the opposite field over the Red Sox bullpen.
Make insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. One out here in the 5th inning. Adam Eaton chops one towards short. Stephen Drew on the run. And in time. Did he pull the foot? He did. According to the first base umpire, Jim Joyce, he pulled the foot. Napoli thought he regained it before the arrival of Adam Eaton, and we'll see.
Well, here's the throw sailing a little bit by Drew. Does he keep contact with the first base bag? That's the question. We'll get a look from this angle.
They are going to challenge it.
A couple of angles. Looks like he did keep contact with it long enough, and there's a couple of don't look like he did.
Like the last one.
Yeah, the last one.
Jim Joyce, the crew chief, was his call at first base.
Let's see if we can see any space between that foot and the bag. And right there, there is some there. Does he get it back in time? I don't think so. That's the best look I think we've had of it. I think the previous look was the best look that we've had at that play at first base. And if that stands up, Eaton will remain at first base.
A little surprised it's taken this long. Now they're calling him out. Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa. How about that? Well, Red Sox will take that. 6-3 on the putout on Eaton. Call overturned.
Huh. I don't know, Don. I'm going to let you make the call.
Wow. Okay. Well, 2 down in the inning. Red Sox win the challenge. And Gordon Beckham, 0 for 2 in the game. He is fly to center, grounded out to shortstop. In there for strike 1.
I got to tell you, I like replay. I really do. There's some tweaks that I think that they can do with it, but I really miss the arguments.
There are very few arguments. It's all about standing out there waiting to see if you're going to challenge it.
You run out there, or actually you walk out there.
Yes, give your guy a lot of time to look.
And then you both turn around. And you look into your dugout.
Because you're not sure if you're angry or not. You don't know until you hear from your guy.
You want to be angry, but
you don't know if you should be.
You don't know yet. So you kind of walk out there and you have a little chat with them. Well, we're checking this out. Let's both look in our dugout.
And you don't have to be angry until you actually decide you want to challenge it. There's no reason to be angry.
If it doesn't go your way, you can't argue.
That's it.
You get thrown out of the game.
So you can never be angry again.
Yeah.
That's it.
How can they play the game this way?
Well, you like it, apparently.
No, I do like replay. I do like it. I think it does need some tweaks, but I think that but it's taken, I
thought it would be quicker than it has been, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I thought, the way the NHL does it is very quick. And they're doing it the same way, where they look at it and they make the decision from there. This is popped up, foul ground. Napoli will make the catch in foul ground. We're halfway through this, and the White Sox enjoy a 4-0 lead. He's looking at the replay again, this time not looking at his feet, and he tags out the runner. It's a nice play by Mike Napoli, and the umpires are correct, and we are very wrong.
Tags him right on the shoulder, and you can see Napoli after the tag point to his glove that he got him on the arm before he even got to the bag. So we're looking at his feet.
Yeah.
Like two morons.
They looked at his feet for a really long time, too. We saw several shots of his feet.
Yeah,
his feet really don't matter.
Well, we had the foot part right.
Yeah, the foot part's absolutely right. And so is the call, as it turns out, by Jim Joyce. On the overturn, he was wrong initially. Mike Napoli leading it off here in the fifth. Fouled straight back, and it's 0-2.
Boy, did Twitter ever light up. Woo, I went there between innings, and
hello.
It was not pretty. He tagged him. What are you guys looking at?
Clearly
he tagged the runner before the challenge. Tagged him with his glove.
You got more?
Oh, goodness.
Time called late. Plate umpire Corey Blazer. You check that every half inning, do you?
Not every half inning, but I check it on stuff like that because they help out. You see, they
really helped out that time.
They really helped us out because we're looking at the foot, and we're looking at the wrong thing.
You know, also, I'll point out, not to make any excuses, but if we had the monitors that fans have at home, the TVs that they have, like your TV at home is enormous.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be able to see that at home.
Yeah.
We have smaller monitors.
Well, not to make excuses, but we should have.
Not making excuses. But we're coming up with an excuse. We're going to find one soon.
And I don't like replay anymore.
No, it's terrible. It's awful. This is on the ground foul. You liked it 10 minutes ago. It's great. Napoli, Drew, and Pierzynski here in the 5th inning. On the ground is short, Alexei Ramirez. Well, the first out of the bottom of the 5th inning.
You know, I was watching the game on Fox. I believe that was on Saturday night.
Yes.
And I thought they had a great idea. And it was to have an umpire mic'd like a football referee and give you the information that what they're looking at, you know, what we're checking out on the replay, and then give you the result of that, or if there's a rule called, to be able to push the button and explain to the crowd, you know, what the ruling was on that particular play. I thought that was a great idea.
There's another thing the NHL also does. Pitch in there for a strike is they do tell you what was looked at and what the ruling is.
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah,
because you got.
Because that would really help us out, too,
well,
so we're not
guessing.
guessing
On the last one.
Yeah.
But 36,000 people, you know, would know immediately. They would all know.
And Stephen Drew struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Scott Carroll with 4 strikeouts in the game. Up and away, ball 2.
Somehow I think back to past managers, you know, Billy Martin, Earl Weaver, Dick Williams. They would have a hard time with this.
Earl Weaver.
You know, can you imagine him walking out and standing next to the umpire, looking in the dugout, waiting, and not arguing? I just cannot picture it at all. I mean, I can't. He'd start from the first pitch of a game. He'd be huddled like that down in the dugout. The first pitch of the game would come in, and he'd be whistling from down there to the home plate umpire that he didn't get the call. First pitch, every game.
Down low, full count. It is kind of like the phone a friend option and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That's really what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're phoning a friend to see what the deal is, whether or not you should challenge it. This is on the ground down the first baseline. Abreu will tag the bag for the 2nd out of the inning and the 8th batter in a row retired by Carroll. Well, Ace Ticket, the official Red Sox ticket partner, has the best seats at the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway, all the 200% guarantee. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. There's the phone a friend area right there. There's your option. They did, and they got the call their way. Two down here in the 5th inning. A.J. Pierzynski coming up. Singled in the 3rd. As the only Red Sox hit of the night. Mentioned earlier, Carroll coming off a rocky outing against the Angels, which he gave up 7 runs in 6 innings on 10 hits. There's a liner to left, and Diaza is there. 1, 2, 3, 5th inning, 9 in a row retired by Carroll. 4-0 Chicago. Syndrome Congress. EchoStore is proud to assist MDSC in helping ensure individuals with Down syndrome to be valued, included, and given the opportunities to pursue a fulfilled life. To learn more, visit EchoStore.com. EchoStore Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Can't handle the tooth, that's for sure. I tried.
You tried, you did the best you could. You put it in crooked, but that was okay.
Turns out I am not a dentist.
And there was no infection.
That's great. That's the best news, because really I did not. I just took those things, whipped them out of the bag, and fired them into your mouth. Yeah, there was no cleaning of the equipment. There was no. You had no mask on, surgical mask, no gloves.
Supposed to have all that. All that.
Jose Abreu leading it off 0 for 2 tonight against Clay Buchholz. He's grounded out and struck out. Take strike one, the high strike call. Raining at Fenway again. A 39-minute rain delay to get it started. On the ground down the first baseline. This will stay fair, I think. Yes, and he tags the bag ahead of Abreu for the first out.
It's actually the home plate umpire, Blazer, that made the call. The ball never got by first base, so it's the home plate umpire's call. You see the bobble right there, and then stepping on first base is Napoli. Did Buchholz get stepped on in the process? He kind of took a walk toward the Red Sox dugout a little bit, just getting out of the way, I guess.
One down, 5 in a row, retired by Buchholz. Here is Adam Dunn. Tagged him for a home run in the second inning. You shift on Dunn, as they have in his 2 previous at-bats. Hasn't mattered. The home run in the second cleared the bullpen, and the double was to left center field in the 4th inning. He took it the other way. Clay Buchholz's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs are all earned, a walk and 3 Ks. Tap foul, 2-2. Next pitch will be the 90th of the game for Buchholz. We saw Felix Dubron up earlier when Buchholz ran into trouble in the 4th inning. Alexei Ramirez waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-2 pitch. Up and away, not chasing was done. Full count. Try to come in on him. And they do for strike 3 right on the inside corner. 4th strikeout for Buchholz, 2 down.
Yeah, that might be the best 2-seam fastball that Buchholz has featured in the game tonight. Starts inside, comes back to the corner. Nice job by Brzezinski. Pull it back just a little bit more.
Two down in the inning. Alexei Ramirez has fly to left and walked. He's also scored a run. Swing and a miss for strike 1. .92 pitches tonight, right at his average. Season high 110. Did that in his win against Oakland back on May 2nd. for strike 2. That buckled him.
Yeah, that was a back buckler right there by Clay Buchholz. Curveball from Buchholz, and well, that's a total buckle right there. Back gone, knees gone. Tough to keep your balance after that.
Now Ramirez strikes out. Good sequence there for Clay Buchholz. Picks up his 5th K. He's retired 7 in a row, but Chicago's got a 4-0 lead. Communities they serve. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to the Cystic Fibrosis Multiple Sclerosis Foundation. Visit cfmsfund.org for more information. Bottom of the 6th inning, 4-0 White Sox on top of the Red Sox. Jackie Bradley Jr., Xander Bogaerts, and Brock Holt scheduled to bat. Scott Carroll has been very impressive in this game so far. That's the 1 hit for the Red Sox, and he has retired the last 9 batters in a row. There are the distributions of outs for Scott Carroll.
He's basically done it with the sinking fastball, the cutter, and the changeup.
Foul down the left field line, out of play. 2-1. Jackie struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. 1 of 4 strikeouts tonight for Scott Carroll. Strike 2. Bogaerts, then Holt to follow here in the bottom of the 6th. Down the left field line, making its way towards the seats and into the crowd. Jackie fouls it off over by the Red Sox dugout and do it again. 3-2. Inside out swing fouled off to the left. Well, tomorrow on NESN Live, El Duncan and Sarah Davis will be live from Fenway Park with the latest on the Celtics' pursuit of Kevin Love. All that and more in NESN Live, presented by Cross Insurance, tomorrow at 5:30. Ninth pitch of the at-bat for Bradley Jr. And it's ball 4, and he'll head down to first base. Second base runner of the game for the Red Sox. First walk given up by Carroll. Well, hey, Red Sox Nation, get a free medium beverage when you enroll in the Dunkin' Donuts reward program, DD Perks. Enroll at ddperks.com, then just pay with your registered DD card or DD mobile app to earn points towards more free beverages. It's Dunkin's way of rewarding their loyal fans. Enroll today at ddperks.com. The Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Leadoff walk for Jackie Bradley Jr. here in the 6th inning. Here's Xander Bogaerts. Taking strike 1. Bogaerts flied out to the center fielder Adam Eaton in the 3rd inning. Rain falling a little harder now at Fenway.
Was surprised to see Carroll throw Bradley a changeup on that 3-2 count with a 4-0 lead in this ball game, as the leadoff hitter puts the leadoff man on here in the 6th inning on a surprising changeup.
Strike 2. Mentioned that Carroll is 29 years of age, made his major league debut at age 29. One-two pitch. He'll have to wait to check on Bradley Jr., who crosses over to get back to the bag.
They paid his dues, didn't he? I mean, yes. That's a long time rumbling around the minor leagues, waiting to get to the big leagues, and finally here trying to make the best of it, both as a starter and reliever.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Xander Bogaerts. In the dirt. Bradley thought about it, but quickly getting to it was Flowers, so Bradley hangs out at first.
Yeah, can't take that chance down by 4 runs. The Red Sox have had some base running mistakes over the last few days, and the one thing you don't want to have happen here is be thrown out at second base down by 4 runs.
Fouled off at the plate. 3-2. 7th pitch coming up here for Xander Bogaerts. First, kind of a changeup over to first base. Leadoff pitch again to Xander Bogaerts. Runner goes. Bogaerts swings and misses. Throw down to second base and safe at second base is Jackie Bradley Jr. Bogaerts strikes out for the 5th K for Carroll, but in the scoring position goes Bradley Jr.
It was close to interference too on Bogaerts as he crosses in front of the catcher right there. Momentum taking him in that direction, so interference not called. Bradley Jr. with the head first slide gets into second base in the scoring position. Watch Bogaerts come across home plate. Sometimes that's called interference. That would have been a strike him out, and the runner would have been out in that situation to make 2 outs.
So Bradley Jr. in scoring position. 1 out. Brock Holt, the batter. He is 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the first, grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd inning. Holt will take strike 1. 361 with runners in scoring position, and 5 out of his last 6. Grounds it foul over and into the Red Sox dugout. Down 0-2. Carroll at 82 pitches with 1 out here in the 6th inning. There's Daniel Nava waiting on deck. Holt foul it off at the plate. 0-2.
Right now, Carroll mixing a few more curveballs than what he did earlier in the ball game.
Third time through the Red Sox order. Works with 1 out. Jackie Bradley Jr. at second base. First time the Red Sox have had a base runner reach second in this game. Holt will hit it on the ground to short. Ramirez slides down to grab it, then throws out Holt. Ramirez almost went into a split there at shortstop to make that grab. 2 down.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little momentum going towards second base and then had to change directions. Let's take a look at the shortstop. Yeah, he was going. He looked like he was going to get Bradley back to the bag, and then contact was made and had to get back to his right, or his left, excuse me. Goes into the slide, comes up and makes the good accurate throw to get the out at first base. Nice play by Alexi Ramirez.
2 outs. Bradley Jr. still at second base, and Daniel Nava, the batter, is grounded out to second and grounded out to first. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Troya waiting on deck with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Call the ball. 2-0. Red Sox still with only 1 hit in the game. A.J. Brzezinski with a single to right in the 3rd inning. Bradley reached on the walk, stole second base. Nava will take a strike. They've all been down there at the bottom, but only strike 1. There's strike two. Here comes the rain. Wow. It's opened up here at Fenway Park. Two balls, two strikes to Nava. They're making their way for cover right now. Tap foul, do it again. Jim Joyce, the crew chief, been apprised of what's coming in the last couple of innings, in between innings. And there was the possibility of this happening again tonight. We had a rain delay to get this game started. 39 minutes before the first pitch was thrown tonight. 2-2 pitch. Apparently rain is expected on and off again for the next 60 to 75 minutes, Jerry.
Oh, really?
Yes, but the heavy stuff is going to pass us north, apparently. But
well, that's some good news.
Yeah. Payoff pitch to Daniel Nava. 2 outs. Bradley Jr. at second. And a ground ball right side. Beckham throws to first for the out. That gets Carroll out of a jam here in the 6th inning. They leave Bradley in scoring position. 4-0 Chicago. Can't go wrong when you buy right at W.B. Mason. TC and Eck will break down Clay Buchholz's performance, plus you'll hear John Farrell's post-game thoughts. Don Cooper on the phone, their starter. Scott Carroll has given up 1 hit through the first 6 innings. He's hit 91 pitches through the first 6 innings, and they're trying to line up the rest here. Diane Viciedo leading it off in the 7th inning for the White Sox, and curveball in there for strike 1. Viciedo 2 for 2. He singled to right and homered. It's his 3-run home run. Gave the White Sox a 4-0 advantage. That was back in the 4th inning. Score remains the same here in the 7th. Clay Buchholz has settled down to retire the last 7 White Sox in a row. And there is action for the first time tonight. Javi Guerrera up in the pen. Popped up. Foul ground. Pierzynski coming back, but won't have a play. 6, 7, and 8 for the White Sox anticipated in the top of the 7th. Piazza, then Flowers to follow Viciedo. Leads it off here in the 7th inning. It was some kind of 7th inning yesterday. 4 runs for Baltimore in the top half of the inning. 5 runs for the Red Sox in the bottom of the inning.
And over an hour long,
yes,
right?
Hour and 5 minute 7th inning. Curveball slipping out of his hand. Full count.
Well, for those who enjoy seeing a lot of baseball in a long baseball game, they certainly enjoyed yesterday.
Yes.
Because it was very long.
It's the guy that got it started. Home run for David Ross yesterday. 100th pitch for Buchholz. And it's popped up. Pierzynski may have a chance this time. He discards the mask and makes the catch. One down in the 7th inning. Have you ever wanted to watch the Red Sox from on top the Green Monster? Log on to NESN.com/Nexium 24-hour to register for the Nexium 24-hour Green Monster ticket giveaway. Your chance to win 4 tickets atop the iconic Green Monster, courtesy of Nexium 24-hour. One out in the 7th inning. Buchholz has retired 8 in a row as Felix Doubront, who was up back in the 4th inning, is up now in the 7th inning. Doubront has not worked since the Cubs were here. It's been 5 days. Worked last on July the 2nd. Drop in there for a strike. Curveball, 1-1. Couple of mistakes tonight for Buchholz. One to Dunn, a home run in the 2nd. One to Viciedo, a 3-run home run in the 4th. Showed signs of pitching very well at times tonight, but trails 4-0.
Yeah, exactly right. And mistakes always don't hurt you, but a couple of them have tonight hurt Buchholz. But you look at that offense for the Red Sox right now, 1 hit in the ball game, and we're in the 7th.
Foul back, full count. Brendan Workman will go tomorrow night. Matched up against John Danks, left-handed going for the White Sox. 3 night games and a late afternoon game on Thursday. 4:05 start here at Fenway Park, finale of the series. Strike 3 call. 6th strikeout for Buchholz, who's now struck out 3 of the last 4 batters he's faced.
Now that's that 2-seam fastball again from Buchholz. That's a money pitch for him. Inside the left-handers, spins it, comes back to the inside corner. Left-hander gives up on it. You get the strikeout.
Two down here in the 7th, and it brings up Tyler Flowers. Flowers 0 for 2. He lined out to center field in the third, struck out swinging in the fourth. Flashes of lightning off to the left, grabbing the attention of the crowd. So's this bat back into the seats. Out of the hands of Tyler Flowers. One pitch, a breaking ball for strike two.
And the fans are booing because they think that fan is not going to receive anything for that bat. But he will. He'll make some type of exchange. Might get to keep that bat after all.
Two balls, two strikes. Swing and a miss. Flowers strikes out 7 strikeouts for Buchholz. He's retired 10 in a row, but it's 4-0 Chicago. Years businesses have been taking advantage of WB Mason's overstock. Now you can too. For a sneak peek at inventory, visit whatabargain.com. Bottom of the 7th inning back at Fenway Park. White Sox with a 4-0 advantage, and talking it over as to what's coming here in the near future. The grounds crew. Some Joyce crew chief in between innings. Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz, and Mike Napoli coming up here in the 7th. Back out there again, Scott Carroll, 91 pitches deep into his outing. He's given up 1 hit through the first 6 innings, 1 walk. No one has been to third base for the Red Sox tonight. Pedroia 0 for 2 as he takes strike 1. Dustin grounded out to second base in the first, struck out in the fourth. 11 ground ball outs for Scott Carroll, who's ahead 0-2. On the ground to third base. Hawk came up to Garcia. Throws out Pedroia for the first out of the inning as we check in with Gary.
Guys, room for improvement for one Boston tonight. I'm talking about the Red Sox. But for another Boston tonight will not get any better. I'm talking about 6-year-old Boston Gibbs. He's a Make-A-Wish Foundation child, and he's living with acute lymphocytic leukemia, and the only thing he wanted to do was meet number 34 right there, David Ortiz. Here's the kicker. Boston and his family are actually from Queensburg, New York, but they're all Red Sox fans. They're in the building tonight before the game. They were able to meet David Ortiz, took in batting practice with him in the indoor batting cages. Ortiz signed some autographs for Boston, hung out with the family. It was just an overall awesome night for Boston Gibbs.
That's great. David Ortiz, who is a great ambassador for the Red Sox for a number of years, continues to get it over the course of the years here with the Red Sox and in the community, and certainly with children more than anything else.
Just to see those kids' face light up when they see Big Papi and get to watch him in the batting cage, get some souvenirs.
Bats here with one out, 0 for 2. He's grounded into the shift to Gordon Beckham twice. That same spot in short right field. Beckham is there again waiting. 2-2. Straightens him up on a pitch in, down and in, at 92. Grounder down the first base line, a fair ball. Abreu will tag the bag for the second out of the 7th inning. This Toyota Game Break is brought to you by Toyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals. TC? All right, Tom, thanks very much. Back here at Fenway Park, 4-0. The White Sox have the lead over the Red Sox. They got a run in the second on the home run by Adam Dunn. 3-run home run by Diane Viciedo in the fourth. Mike Napoli batting with 2 outs. Bases empty here in the 7th. The 103rd pitch from Scott Carroll missing. 2-0. No. New season high for Scott Carroll, trying to get through the 7th inning. And that is ball 4 to Napoli. Second walk given up by Carroll of his outing. With the 3rd base runner of the game for Boston. Well, Robin Ventura headed out there with 2 outs in the 7th inning. And he is going to make the change. So that is a night for Scott Carroll. Very impressive. Red Sox unable to do anything with him. The pitching change from Fenway, 4-0 White Sox. To the bullpen, brought to you by your local New England Ford dealers. Javi Guerra into the game here for the White Sox. Stephen Drew, the batter. He'll take a pitch up high for ball 1. Guerra comes in here for his 15th game of the year. 2.00 earned run average, 18 Ks to 10 walks, and well, it's hitting at 215 against Guerra. Fly ball out to left center field. From left comes Diaza calling and catching out number 3 at the bottom of the 7th inning. We head for the 8th, 4-0 Chicago. Federal Credit Union tomorrow at 6:30. TC Eck and Steve Lyons will preview Brandon Workman's start against the White Sox. Plus, they'll have a look at Chicago's Cuban connection. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? 8th inning at Fenway Park, 4-0. White Sox have the lead over the Red Sox, out hitting Boston 5-1. After 7 innings from Clay Buchholz, Felix Doubront comes into the game, 13th appearance of the year. Most of those as starts. He's 2-4 on the season with a 5.37 earned run average. 53 2/3 innings logged this year, 38 Ks to 23 walks, and opponents hitting at .265 against Doubront. Kind of a mixed bag tonight for Clay Buchholz. A couple of mistakes on the home runs, but showed flashes of the old Clay Buchholz at times tonight, and ended up retiring the last 10 batters he faced in the game.
I would agree, Don. You know, his fastball, I thought his curveball was better tonight. I thought his changeup was better, with the exception of the one to Dunn that he left upstairs, and Dunn hit the home run on it. But you know, all in all, I think that Clay pitched a pretty good ball game tonight. You don't always get beat by mistakes, but tonight he threw a couple that did beat him. Fortunately, the offense has not been able to help out through the first 7.
Yori Garcia leading it off here for the White Sox in the 8th inning. And a swing and a miss. Ball and a strike. I mentioned earlier, Doubront has not pitched since July the 2nd. That was against the Chicago Cubs. Well, 3 runs on 4 hits, including a home run. Then his second relief appearance, and his first since the 24th. So just twice since the 24th. Swing and a miss there for Garcia. Couldn't hold up. So not a lot of work for Felix Doubront out of the bullpen for the Red Sox since being taken out of the rotation. Top of the order, Adam Eaton waiting on deck. Back to Doubront, able to elevate to make that catch with his glove, and then to first base for the out.
Well timed by Felix Doubront, as that ball was chopped in front of home plate, and he times his jump perfectly. Gets the ball right at the apex of the jump. I've dropped that one on you before.
I don't even know what that means. I really don't.
The top.
The top? The highest point?
The highest point.
The apex.
The apex.
Wow. I'll have to mix that in and steal it from you and use it like it's my own. One out. Adam Eaton takes strike 1. Apex. I like it.
Somerset High School.
I found that when he landed at the base of the hill, he was equidistant between first and third. But apex is good too.
Dio, I think that would be called the median distance between first and third.
Nice. I like that too.
The what?
Median distance.
Between first and third, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is not correct.
Apparently it's wrong.
What, your part of my part?
I think Gary's part.
They should shut my mic off immediately.
I think they just did. 2-1 the count to Adam Eaton.
I'll tell you something right now. If I'm the smartest one between the 3 of us,
we're in trouble.
We are in big, big trouble.
Well, I would say it's a stretch that you could be.
Huh?
You could be.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Oh, no. No. Got a little baseball knowledge here and there, but other than that, no, not much going on.
2-2 fouled off to the left.
Get a college education, a tremendous education from Northeastern.
Yes.
Gary, where'd you go?
To Metro State University in Denver, Colorado, actually.
See, another smart guy.
Only took me 5 years.
Really?
That's right. I was on the 4-year plan, but I loved it. I was the class of February.
Swing and a miss as Adam Eaton strikes out for the second out.
So as you can see, I'm surrounded by brains. So
yeah.
Amy over here, she's got a college education, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I mean, there's really, on this side of the booth, there's not much going on.
Well, more than you think. I give you a lot of credit. Mix in a word like apex. Just roll that out there.
Yeah, you know.
Amy Drainville, our stage manager. This is on the ground to third base. Picked on the backhand by Bogarts. Long throw, but he'll get it there. Nice play by Xander to wrap up the top of the 8th inning in the Smart Talk from Fenway Park. It is 4-0 White Sox. By 11:30 a.m. and get free same-day delivery. Who but WB Mason? 4-0. White Sox have the lead over the Red Sox. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The bottom third of the Red Sox order. A.J. Pierzynski, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Xander Bogaerts. Javi Garrett back on the mound again. And the only hit of the night belongs to A.J. Pierzynski. He is single to right field in the 3rd inning. Red Sox have had 2 other base runners. A walk for Bradley Jr., a walk for Mike Napoli. On the ground to second base, Gordon Beckham. The first out of the bottom of the 8th inning. Now tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Men's Warehouse, proudly introducing Joseph Abood. TC Eck and Steve Lyons will be joined by General Manager Ben Charrington, and they'll preview the rest of the schedule before the All-Star break. That's tomorrow at 6 on NESN. Zach Putnam is warming in the pen now for the White Sox. Rain falling again at Fenway with 1 out in the 8th and a pitch in tight to Jackie Bradley Jr. Line to left field and in for a base hit. Diaza will get it back in, but Jackie Bradley Jr. has Boston's second hit of the night.
I certainly like what Jackie Bradley Jr. has done over the last 2 or 3 games, and that has used the whole field. He's taken that fastball there, and instead, early in the season, when he'd roll over that ball and ground out at second base, now he's taken it to the opposite field on the line, and they're turning into base hits. I mean, early in the season, a lot of those fastballs right down the middle, you just roll over, and the result would be a little ground ball at second base. Now, moving the ball to the opposite field.
The board with one out here in the 8th, and Xander Bogaerts the batter. Let's go down to Gary.
Guys, I know we touched on this a couple weeks ago, but Jackie Bradley, he made a small adjustment in his stance. He was squared up, but I actually was talking to him earlier today, and it was a couple weeks ago where he decided to kind of open up his stance. It allows him to get to the ball a little bit quicker and rotate the hips, but he was also telling me that it allows him to square up his eyesight there, so he has a better vision of the ball when it's first released, obviously paying dividends here as he gets yet another hit.
Now, that's an excellent point, Gary, because when you do open up your stance like that, your head tilts a little bit. So you really, there's a lot of times you catch yourself when you're in a slump where you're only using one eye to look at the pitcher. And you've got to check your head, make sure you're looking at the pitcher with two eyes. And by opening up his stance, that's allowed him to do that. He's also dropped his hands, which he did quite a while ago. And I think that's also helped him with a quicker bat.
Rain falling harder now. One out, one on. 1-1 to Xander Bogaerts. Chop left side to short. Alexei Ramirez will go to first for the out there as Bradley Jr. takes second base. 2 down.
A nice play by Alexei Ramirez. I mean, he charged that with conviction right there. That ball to his right. He had to come in on it. He had to go to the backhand on it. And he had to play a very difficult hop right there. Alexei Ramirez, an all-star this year.
Two down. Bradley Jr. at second base, and Brock Holt 0 for 3 from the top spot in the order. Struck out in the first, grounded out in the third, grounded out in the sixth. That's a strike, 1-1. Scott Carroll tonight, terrific. 6 2/3, 1 hit, no runs. Walked 2, struck out 5. Pitcher of record for the White Sox tonight. Trying to pick up his third win. He came in at 2-5 with an ERA over 5. Holt jumping back out of the way, taking ball 2. Fouled off himself, and down goes Holt.
Seen a couple of guys tonight take these foul balls right off the foot. That looked like it might have been a little bit above that padding that Holt wears on his shin.
Guerra with the 2-2. On the ground to first base, and Abreu will flip, and there's the pitcher Guerra to end the inning. We head for the 9th. It is 4-0 Chicago. People's United Bank. Adam and Sarah will recap tonight's game at Fenway. Plus, Andy Brickley will be in studio to break down the Bruins offseason. We head to the ninth inning, 4-0. White Sox have the lead over the Red Sox. Jose Abreu had a tough time tonight with Clay Buchholz. Abreu was 0 for 3 against Buchholz, grounding out twice, striking out. Now a liner to left field against Felix Dubront. Nava back to play it on the warning track, and Abreu has his first hit of the night, overthrowing the cutoff man and the backup man, but it's backed up there by Napoli. Leadoff single for Abreu. Well, tonight's game summary is brought to you by Xfinity. As very good outing tonight for Scott Carroll. 6 2/3, 1 hit, no runs. Clay Buchholz giving up 2 home runs in this game. One for Adam Dunn, a solo shot, 3-run home run for Diane Viciedo. For Dunn, his 13th home run. For Viciedo, his 11th. As the Red Sox trail 4-0 with the White Sox batting here in the top half of the ninth inning. In there for strike 1 to Adam Dunn. Dunn also, besides the solo home run in the second inning, doubled and scored in the fourth inning. Before striking out looking in the sixth. 0-2. Tried to hold up. Dubront in his first inning of relief in the eighth had a 1-2-3 eighth inning. 2 groundouts and a strikeout. A little bit low for ball 1. Fouled off, staying alive is done. Time now for a closer look at tomorrow's pitching matchup, brought to you by FW Web. For an even closer look, visit fwweb.com. John Danks making his 18th start of the year, 7-6. Brendan Workman, his 8th, 1-2. Coverage begins at 5:30. That's live from Fenway Park.
Supposed to be a little warm the next couple of days. Warm and humid here in Boston.
Fouled off, 2-2. Dunn will take it just a little bit low, and you'll see an 8th pitch in this at bat. Full count now to Adam Dunn. Foul tipped at the plate. Still a full count. Dunn to right field, moving is Holt, and he'll make the catch on the run for the first out of the ninth inning. Stay tuned tonight following WB Mason's Extra Innings for Red Sox Final, presented by Esurance. TC and Eck will have viewer tweets. Use hashtag Sox Final to get your tweet on the air, plus the plays of the night around the majors. 1 out in the ninth inning. Jose Abreu at first base. Alexei Ramirez the batter. Ramirez has fly to left, walked and scored, and struck out swinging.
Change up that time by Gibran to get the swing and miss from Ramirez. Quickly gets ahead 0-2.
On the ground towards second, could be two. To second for one. On to first, it is two. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Red Sox trailing by 4. The new Scion TC. Sullivan Tire and Auto Repair. Your Subaru dealers of New England. And by Southwest Airlines. Now back at a rainy Fenway Park. The rain has subsided for the moment. 4-0. The White Sox have the lead over the Red Sox into the bottom of the ninth inning. Pitcher on for the White Sox, Zach Putnam. 29th appearance, 3-1 with a 2.41 earned run average. 27 Ks and 33 2/3 with 12 walks, and opponent's hitting at 220 against Putnam. Nava 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded out 3 times and all to the right side. Twice to second, once to first as he takes strike 1. Baltimore has jumped out to a 5-2 lead now over the Washington Nationals in the 11th inning. They have been tied up there 2-2. Outside for ball 2, 2-1. Speaking of 2, the Red Sox have only had 2 hits tonight. A.J. Brzezinski single to right in the 3rd inning. Jackie Bradley Jr. single to left in the 8th. Nava takes ball 3. Nava to left. Diaza is there to make the catch. Sharply hit, but right where Diaza was standing for the first out of the bottom of the 9th inning. Alltown, New England's premier convenience retailer, is committed to supporting the communities they serve. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to the Cystic Fibrosis Multiple Sclerosis Foundation. Visit cfmsfund.org for more information. One out in the 9th inning. Dustin Pedroia, 0 for 3 in the game. As he takes ball 1. Caps around Fenway Park. Red Sox trailing 4-0 with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. There's a strike, 2-1.
Yeah, Pedroia obviously taking all the way there, trying to make Putnam throw a strike. Red Sox need base runners any way they can get them.
Fouled off, and it evens at 2-2.
Split fingered fastball that time from Putnam.
Two pitch. Roy grounds it foul, stays alive. Pedroia hits it on the ground to third base. Garcia crossed the diamond for the second out of the 9th. 5-3 on the putout, 2 away, and it'll bring up David Ortiz. Ortiz has grounded out 3 times to the right side of the infield. Twice to second, once to first. 0 for 3 tonight. They've gone around. He did, according to Marvin Hudson. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
It's another splitter. That's about 4 of them he's thrown in this inning, and that one a very good one. Completely fooled Ortiz. Bottom just falling out of it, never really near the strike zone.
0-2 pitch will miss, and it's 1-2. Outside and low. 2-2. Mike Napoli on deck. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ball 3, full count. Payoff pitch to David Ortiz. Outside for ball 4, and he heads down to first base. A 2-out walk. Now, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 donation. Once again this season, CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 2 down, David Ortiz at first base, and Mike Napoli, the batter. He has grounded out twice and walked. Napoli with a swing and a miss for strike 1. On the ground to shortstop. Ramirez will go to second, and that's the ball game. As they force out David Ortiz, the Red Sox are shut out for the 9th time this season. And Boston on this homestand, they hope to have a good homestand, and so far the Red Sox are now 1-6. The White Sox take game 1 of the 4-game series. Let's send it to Tom Caron.